It is the next day, and there's going to be a little buzzy in the background because it's just too miserable here. I'm going to have a little bit of airflow, and this is my most efficient, quietest fan, but I'm going to have a fan on me. So we're going to look at this fuel pressure thing again. Look at that, still holding after like 20 hours. Very good. So we're going to have to blow that out, and we're just going to check the pressure on this one. I have another gauge that I want to use, and it will, I hope, be a little more accurate than what we've had here. So let's see about that. Let's get this one off and spew gas everywhere, and get the other one on there and see what we can do. We're going to do some major wiring here, and let's turn that back on. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be any better, but we'll see. Alright, let's see what happens. I think she's primed, so let's go up here. That says 4. Just under 5. Okay, let's get this and see. I'm going to adjust this thing a quarter of a turn. I think this pump is a little bit, this pump gauge is better. Yep, there you are at 5. Okay, so this is pretty delicate. So we're going to just back that off a little tiny bit. Let's see what that does for us. It's right at 5. Let's take it a little bit more down. Okay. Now we're in the 1/8 of a turn situation. Well, don't seem to be making that much difference. I want to see it come off of 5. Okay, you mean thing, you. We're going to take it a full quarter. That's what you got to do. Well, it ain't working. Why is that? Let's take it another quarter. Okay, I think that's good enough. It seemed to back off a little bit there. Alright, we can take those off now and just plumb it back up. And then we can start doing some heavy electrical here. I've got 2 relays to put in, one for the starter and one for the fuel pump, that fuel pump that we're just adjusting. Okay, I got my fuse ready to put in at the alternator. I'll show you that in a second, but I got this giant shrink tube here. Don't want to get too overwrought here. I just want it to hold in place. Like I said earlier, it shrinks up more than I thought it would. Alright, well, let me finish this up with both hands. Looks worse than it is. I've got my big fuse in down there at the alternator. I don't think I'm going to need one on this end. I don't see where it's going to foul anywhere. But I've got a fuse on this wire, that wire, and that wire, and one of these. Let's put this right there. I got a fuse there, and I got a fuse there, and I got a big circuit breaker there on this wire. So I don't think we're going to have a whole lot to put on the thing, but we've got the big Bojack thing here, and we're getting ready to put this in. So I've got the starter wire here. It might be just a little long, so I'm going to match these up in my little kit that I got here. Seems like a pretty good kit. So let me just do some fancy soldering and whatnot. That looks like 9/16. What do you think? This is the big time, so I got some, I went ahead and put my ruby red flux down in there, and I got that up as much as I can get it. By the way, that's a 14 9/16 to work. So we're going to crush this in and solder it in. And we got to use the big guns for that. We got to use this. So I don't think I'm going to be able to show you that. But anyway, you'll see the results of it. I got my piece of shrink tube on there already too. Okay, got a little blue flame going there. I got that all soldered in. I'm going to push this up here. And that fits on there just nice. Okay, so let's, I don't usually like doing it this way. So I don't have any choice here. I guess the heat gun would work, but okay, that's pretty dang nice there. Okay, that's all I want. Okay, let's put this thing in. I've already got the other side soldered, so going into the lug for the positive terminal. Alright, so here's the other one. It's cooled off sufficient. Well, it's kind of hot all the way down. Not getting as much wind here. Alright, so yeah, I can feel the heat through the tube. Oh. Let's see if this does it. I think it might have enough beans to do her. Yeah, I don't want the torch over here. I've been testing fuel pressure, so I ain't too keen on all the leaking gas around here. But I did fine. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's let all that cool off for a while. Kind of dangerous, I know, but it's okay. I'm going to be down here a little while. We are talking true peace of mind here. So all of those are fused, circuit broken. I put these on two separate lugs simply because I felt like it would be easier to service, and hopefully that'll snap on. And if it doesn't, I'll get a pull tie and put on there. But that's basically my safety for this vehicle. So she's been moved up to Duck Dodgers in the 23rd and a half century here. She's moving on up. I've got my starter relay wired, and I got my little test piece here. And let's see if I can get the camera here so you can you see the test light way over there? Let's see, so that's better. So the test light is right here. So when I poke this, you gotta hear a click and see the light come on. Click, light on. Alright, there you go. And in this part of the world, I don't worry too much about poking holes in wires because we ain't got all that salt everywhere. So when I put, this is going to the key switch, so I got that going for me. Okay. Alright, so let's hang our test light. Let's just put our test light with the other stuff. So we can go down under her now and wire up the starter. Alright, I feel good about all this. Alright, we're getting there. What other, oh, the relay for the fuel pump. Okay, I don't think I got that in me today. It's almost 5. But I'm not going to end this one. I want to sort of get some results before we end anything. And then there's that's the fuel pump, the new fuel pump blue. Right, okay. Alright, I got the fuel pump wired up. I didn't think I was going to have time, but I do. So when I load this up, when I poke this one, the fuel pump ought to kick in. Okay. See if I can do that one-handed. Oh, my battery's dying again. Well, I don't really. Well, let's just y'all just listen up here. Okay, it ain't very pretty to look at, but just listen. Oh. There you go. Hear it? Yay! Dude it. Get that off of there immediately. Don't want a live wire hanging around there. So the only other thing I got. Oh, let's turn the camera this way. Get out of the Batman mode there, and we're not too far from cranking her over, so I need to mark these starter and fuel pump, and then there's another fuel pump. I got to put a fuse in that one. Let's see if I got this little one here. It's sort of left over from me. Ooh, boy, what a mess! Oh, that was off a fuel pump thing before the days, and way back in the day. I don't think I did this. I think this was somebody with a little red NGA coupe hardtop had. We're going to use this though and put in that the secondary, well, the primary lift pump in the back is that green wire, and then that relay is going to the main pump up here. So that ought to keep me in gas. That's good. All right, happy about that. Tandem Random Redundant system. Okay, we got 5 wires now. We got the white starter. We've got the red alternator. We've got the yellow is hot directly to the positive battery terminal with a fuse in it. The green is a fuel pump, and the blue is the Edelbrock Ed fuel pump. Okay, so we got 5 wires. So I'm going to draw a little diagram. Hopefully my switch is in the mailbox, but I don't know. Okay. Whew. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's put this thing back up and get stress off of it. Poor little fella. He just turned right. Should have turned left. He had a hard time getting here. He looked a little lost, so I think that was his first time out in the country, as 3 Dog Night would say. So in here, lies what we're looking for. I hope. We'll see what it looks like. Gosh, I hope it's not cheap and cheesy, but it is supposed to be marine grade. Well, it's not marked in any way. Oop. I know, we all do it, don't we? Okay. Alright, I'm not going to do the 3, 2, 1 thing. Doesn't matter. Let's just see what's in here. There we go. Oh, it feels pretty good. Okay. That's using your feet. And that's using your skills in opening something. Okay. We got China on it. Got to hook it up to China. That sounds like problematic. Okay. Well, I gotta give it an A on weight. So there's your ignition, your battery, solenoid. So that's your starter, your battery, your on. I think that's kind of a good looking finish. Let's go up here, and I'll go over here, and go over here. See what it feels like. You know, that feels pretty doggone good. I guess they have boats in China. Why does that key feel better? Guess that must be the... Oh, I don't know. Pretty okay. Well, I'm going to get my meter and make sure that the hot stays on when you hit ignition. Sometimes you run into that. Seen that happen before, so I'm just going to get the continuity meter out. If I run into a problem, I'll let you know. So, kind of like that thing. Little, not nearly as complicated as the 1957 one. So like that. So let's see. Does it come? Sometimes sometimes boats, like early GM ignition keys, they'll come out when the switch is in the on position. But this one doesn't do that. That does happen. You do see that now and again. Let's get the meter out and see. If anything happens, I'll be the first to tell you. I gotta tell you, the thing seems pretty solid. So there's your battery right there, ignition solenoid. So just go to the battery, And I got my, I've kind of fallen in like of this little meter. If you've got one of these Amp Pro things, if you go to the far end, you can actually select what the last switch does. You can check a diode, you can get continuity, pretty okay, or you can actually check ohms. So here, beeping. So there you go. So the must be on. Okay, key out, key in, no turn. And I like what I'm about to show you. So there is on, and you'll hear it beep. So when you go to the start position, see it stays on. I know you might not think that's a normal thing. Now here's the starter. It'll go. Oh, it's got a bigger throwover. Oh, you got to keep throwing. I guess that you can feel the contacts in there. So when you crank it, boy, that puts a little pressure on. That thing's got some spring in it. So do you know the signal I just sent? SOS, but save our ship or something like that. So beep 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 bop 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 or dash 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 dot dot dot. Okay, well, I'm not in. Don't come help me. At least not yet. So I'm okay with this. I think this was a wise decision. I'm very happy. All right. Because it stays in place. So pleasing. All right. Well, let's go back out there tomorrow. Oh, there goes my easy start. All right, let's take a look in here just kind of for fun. I don't believe I would call that marine quality. I think I might pack some Vaseline or something in there. And then there's a hole right there. And right there, I might seal those up. I guess that's maybe not. But if you were at sea, those would get corroded. So that looks a little chalky. See that crease right there? Boy, that ain't too great. But it's okay. All right, enough of that. Let's put her in. So in case you were wondering how it works, it's not anything too difficult. The battery goes to the battery. Okay, put a fuse in there. See that fuse? And the soul, or whatever it is, goes to the starter. And then whatever you got in the auxiliary goes to that alternator wire wired up in the two fuel pumps. And everything else I think I have hardwired. So basically the starter switch is just that. With the fuel pumps, of course, therein. Everything else is on switches in the dash. So that's pretty much it. And I do believe that this one's run long enough. We're right here at 20 minutes. So, and it's about dark. And so, thumbs up, subscribe. And I sure would appreciate it. And I sure appreciate you following along with me on Daphne's resurrection. It's been an ongoing thing for a number of years, but she's just too good to let go. She's just a sweetheart. And if that Dana 45 holds up and the gearbox holds up, but she's just solid as the Rock of Gibraltar. And unless anything catastrophic happens, which I'm trying to avoid by putting those mega fuses in there. I'm trying to save everything I can. But old Daff, I got to get her going because I got to get those TR4 wheels off to the races. And still nervous about the profile on those, but we'll see. She ought to handle like a just little pistol. I wonder what will handle better, the Spitfire with the rear torsion bar with full independent rear, or the TR4 with the torsion bar and lower her down a little bit. I don't know. I have to get Sean in on that case because he's the He's the drivability expert. I don't really think of things the way that he does. And that's, God, isn't that great? Isn't that a great thing? Okay, going on too long. Thanks a lot. Subscribe. And I don't care what Durf says. And he's a great guy. And we'll talk to you next time. Let's close this one out. We'll start anew. This one's gotten a little long.